Hi, Assalamualaikum. So this is the video presentation. Solvency topic 3 market equilibrium, prepared for Ms. Fazlin binti Muhammad Fahar and prepared by Nur Fazlin binti Nazif. Now let's get started. This is the content outline, market equilibrium questions, and there are 4 questions that will be discussed afterwards. But first, we will get into the introduction, which is the market equilibrium. So, what is the market equilibrium? Market equilibrium is achieved when the demand and supply curves intersect each other. So, in the economic equilibrium, is a situation in which economic forces such as supply and demand are balanced. And in the absence of external changes, the value of economic variables will not change. That was the brief of the market equilibrium definition. Now we will go to the question two, which is the monthly demand and supply functions for the GP are given by T equals to 35 minus T power of 2, and the second function is T equals to 3 plus T power of 2 respectively, where P is price measured in RM and Q is quantity in units. Now let's go to the first question. Identify which function is demand and which function is supply. So the first function is the demand function and the second function is the supply function. Now how do we find out that which one is demand, which one is supply function? We will find out the reason in the next question. So the next question is, based on the answer of number 1, justify the answer. So how do we get to know the first function is the demand function is because of the negative sign of coefficient P power of 2, which means there is a negative relationship between price and quantity demanded. And it shows the law of demand. Whenever price goes up, then the quantity will go down. Then goes to the function of supply, which is because of the positive sign of coefficient P power of 2, that indicates the positive relationship between price and quantity demanded. It shows the law of supply, and the price is up and the quantity will go up. Same goes if the price goes down, then the quantity will go down too. On to the next question, which is question 3. Find the equilibrium price and quantity. So remember, the equilibrium price and quantity happens whenever the demand curve and supply curve intersect, and Q value, which is quantity, and Q value, which is price, is the same. Before we get into the question, let's take a look at the general equation demand. So this is a normal equation. The Q equals to T plus P power of 2 is a normal one. Because in the situation of P, whether it increases or decreases will determine the situation of Q. However, for this question, they use the inverse equation where P equals to 3 plus P power of 2. This is the supply equation. So inverse demand and supply situation happens in the situation of Q, whether it increases or decreases will determine the situation of P. So in economics, we cannot use this term because it is against the law, the original law. However, for answering this question, we can use these equations to find the answer. Now let's go back to the third question. Find the equilibrium price and quantity. So the equilibrium function is CD equals to CS. First, we need to find the equilibrium quantity, which is when the both of the functions are equal. So we solve it and we will get 4 units. We'll only choose the positive one because in economy, as I mentioned before, we'll only take the positive value. Next, we need to find the price, which is the equilibrium price. So let's say we take the supply function. Uh, so just to substitute Q with O, and we will get the price, which is RM 90 ringgit. So the equilibrium price is 90 ringgit, and the equilibrium quantity is 4 units. Let's go to the last question. Based on the answer in C, set a label appropriately on the Cartesian plan. Show the detailed steps. The first step is, since these functions are the quadratic functions, we need to find the shape of the slope. So since the first function is a demand function, there is a negative sign of the coefficient p power of 2. So the shape of slope is a downward slope. The second function is a supply function, which is that is a positive sign of the coefficient p power of 2, which is the shape of the slope should be an upward slope. Now let's go to the second step, which is find the Q-intercept point. To find the Q-intercept point, we first need to find the discriminant for both functions by using the formula b power of 2 negative 4ac minus 4ac. So just use the formula for both functions and check out the information for A, B, and C and fill them in the formula. And for the first function, we will get the answer 140, which is more than 0. That indicates there are two solutions for this function. For the second function, which is a supply function, the answer should be negative, which is less than 0. That indicates there are no solutions for this function. Now let's get to find the Q-intercept of demand function. So this is a function that has a solution. So let's say t equals to 0 and solve it, and we will get 5.92, negative 5.92. So as I mentioned before, in economy, we will only use the positive value, which is 5.92 and 0 for the point. And you can just put on the graph, and the graph should be like this. The last step is to find the vertex. To find the vertex, we can simply just look at the p value for both functions. For the first function, which is the demand function, the vertex point is 35 at maximum, and for the second function, the vertex point is 3 at minimum. So this is the final graph, which is how to find the equilibrium price and quantity on the Cartesian plan. So the y-axis is the price, the x-axis is the quantity, and we already find the equilibrium price and quantity in the third question, and just plot everything that we already find, and this is the final graph. Thank you.